Hello and welcome everybody to another Aetherdrift. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are sitting at Diamond 3, I believe. I wanted to do a little more ranking, but I had a pretty busy week. I actually took a nice trip to Portland for some recording. I worked on a really awesome collaboration, which I think will be coming out in a little bit. And then also, I've been doing the Duskmorn Arena Directs, and I've already posted 3 videos, and I did ask all of you if any of you wanted to see Aetherdrift Alchemy, and it seems like the overwhelming amount of people didn't want to see it. So I'm back to the mean streets of Aetherdrift, but you know what? I'm excited to hop back in here and see what we can do and see if we can climb to Mythic in the near future. Now, before we head into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need some booster boxes just to crack open some packs of Aetherdrift or any other old sealed product, along with singles to round out your standard deck, your modern deck, your Pioneer deck, or even singles for your Commander deck, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. Make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Additionally, check out heavyplay.com for premium Match the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want really high quality deck boxes, playmats, dice boxes, life pads, heavyplay.com is the place to go to for all of those awesome things. Heavyplay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. All right, here we go. Sabsunin time. Oh, that's not a Sabsunin. So, normally you can make the argument that, hey, it's colorless. I can put this in any deck. The problem is this card would barely be decent as an uncommon. They needed to make this stronger in some way. But anyways, Lifecraft Engine is not something that you want to start to draft with. So what else do we have here? Well, at common, the card that really stands out is Run Over. And then at uncommon, I'm looking at Haunted Hellride, if you want to do the Dimir Artifacts thing, and then Dredger's Insight, which I do believe is a strong card. Specifically, it's better if you're Golgari, but I like Run Over more as a first pick because in any combination of green, Run Over is excellent. Whereas Dredger's Insight is fine in blue-green and black-green, but let's say I'm green-white aggro, or even Gruul Exhaust with, slightly more aggressive deck, then I don't want to necessarily be taking the turn off to play this on turn 2. So let's take the Run Over here to start things off, and then kind of try to read the draft here and see where things go. Now, of course, after we first picked the Run Over, now I kind of wish I took the Dredger's Insight, because back on track, I have been extremely impressed with this card. I think this is a really high pick. Honestly, depending on your deck, and if you have a lot of big cyclers, this is even worthy of a splash, depending on where you are color-wise. So I think that's kind of what I want to take. It's secretly a Golgari card, but you could play this in Orzhov if you have Detention Chariots and such. Plow Through is fine, but honestly, it's not even better than Run Over. Venom Sac Legak is too much worse, I think. And then at common, Crash and Burn is okay, but I just feel like Back on Track has so much more upside that I'm going to take it here and kind of see where things go. All right, moving on to pack number 3, we have Gastel Raider, Engine Rat, Crash and Burn, and Flood the Engine as considerations here. And as much as I do like Flood the Engine here, I think given our start here, I'm more interested in taking something possibly in black. Just like there's no reason to necessarily branch out into a third color just yet. Even if I don't end up in green, I don't know that I'm going to end up in blue. So Flood the Engine, there's a world where this could be slightly better, or Crash and Burn. But I'm happy just taking a black card here. And then if that's the question, what do I take? Engine Rat or Gastel Raider? And in black-green, specifically, I think Engine Rat's just a better card. I think Engine Rat's a better card in most instances, but if I go Golgari, having this as an early play and it goes really well with Run Over, that's where I want to be. Now, if I end up in black-white or black-red, I do think the pick is closer, but I think right now, early in the draft, I don't mind picking up my first copy of Engine Rat and then kind of trying to read the draft afterwards to see where it is I need to be. All right, pack 1, pick 4, Pit Automaton, awesome in blue-green. Unswerving Sloth, nice top-end card here. But I'm looking at Wreckage Wickerfolk and Pothole Mole here. If I do end up specifically in green-black, Pothole Mole might be a little bit better, but not by much. So I think it's close enough where, given that I'm not sure if I'm going to be green, like 4th pick Pothole Mole is not necessarily a sign that green is open. I think I'm just going to take the 2-drop here in the Wreckage Wickerfolk, just because it feels like black might be something that I'm more interested in trying to cut off here instead of taking the pothole mold. But I think you can make the case for both. And now that's a late Gastel Thrill Seeker. So there you go. Not seeing as much green and seeing something like a Thrill Seeker this late is indicative of at least this color combination being open. And this is a premium level uncommon for that strategy. Artifacts also seem somewhat open. There's a late Guidelight Synergist to go with a Midnight Mingler. I do like Streaking Oil Gorger as a top-end card in Black-Red as well, but I'm going to take the Gastel Thrill Seeker. It's a lot better than the Loxodon Surveyor. Now, I mean, do I wish that I had the Gastel Raider? Yeah. But look, I'm always happy with the first 2 copies of Engine Rat in all of my decks. Let's see where the rest of this packs go to help me figure out where it is I need to be. All right, pick number 6. That is another Wreckage Wickerfolk. I just love this card. It's great in black, like all black decks, and in black-red. Even if I somehow pivot into blue-black, it's still going to be fine. Noting that there are a few green cards here. Venom Sac Legak is pretty good, especially with Run Over. But in general, I think the Wreckage Wickerfolk is better anyways. And this just lets us continue cutting off the black cards here. So let's take the Wickerfolk here and see what we get here late. And that's an Hour of Victory. Oh my gosh. All right, black is absurdly open. Hour of Victory, Engine Rat, and Hellish Sideswipe. Green seems to be getting a little bit cut off here. We're seeing some cards, but not a ton. Roadside Blowout is also a pretty decent card, but I'm just going to keep taking the black cards. And if I'm in black-red specifically, I think Hour of Victory is better than the Engine Rat here. So let's go ahead and take it here, get the engines going. And, well, you know what? Look, white also seems to be open here. There's a Ride's End and a Broadcast Rambler. And, you know, I don't have any interaction. And I just think Streaking Oil Gorger is enough worse. And we didn't see a ton of red. And seeing a pack with both Ride's End and Broadcast Rambler tells me that there's a pretty good shot that black-white could be open. So this is just me trying to read the signals and doing the best that I can and try to figure out what my second color should be in conjunction with my black. Now, I'm not going to take the Haunted Hell Ride. This is not a good enough sign. I need Pactol Terrors and some of the other cards. And there was enough indication that at least black-red or black-white's open where I'm not interested in taking Haunted Hell Ride. You know, honestly, with some of these cheap creatures that I have, I do not mind picking up the first copy of Grim Javelineer. So we'll just take that for the deck and then kind of see what our second color needs to be. Seeing a blue card here in the Skystreak Engineer, but again, with that pack with the Broadcast Rambler and Ride's End, pick 8, really makes me feel like black-white might be where it is I need to be. So I'm gonna go take the card that's black-white instead of the blue-black card and take the Collision Course here and see where things go. Now we have just kind of a mediocre pack in general. There's Tyrox, Wreck Remover is not something I'm interested in playing. Broken Wings. I'll take Sunbillow Verge, Gems. Also, all the other cards there were kind of bad. Don't really want Ticket Tortoise ever. Maybe I'll take Light Shield Parry if I want to be doing the white thing. I'll take the Avishkar Raceway. I actually like this card if I have like a black-red duel. The red stuff kind of died. Green also died. So all I know is that I'm black. And we'll see what our second color ends up being here. Moving on to Pack 2, Pick 1. A pretty underwhelming pack for the colors that we're looking for. The best card being Captain Howler. But don't want that because it's a blue-red card. There's a bunch of blue cards. Bounce Off is pretty decent. There's Pactol Terror and Mutant Surveyor as options. Now, with Pactol Terror, I have 2 artifacts in Wreckage Wickerfolk, but then Mutant Surveyor is a solid 3-mana Start Your Engines card. I have a couple of artifacts here. You know, I just feel like it's easier to get Mutant Surveyors. Let's take Pactol Terror. I can see a world where I do have a decent number of artifacts here, and this also is just a nice way to be able to turn on your... you know, like when you start your engines, like this is a nice way to get to maximum speed. So let's take that and then see where things go. Now we have Leonin Surveyor, Deathless Pilot. I'm going to largely ignore the green cards here. So we have Leonin Surveyor, Deathless Pilot, and Pride of the Road. I actually don't know which one that I want here. Let's go with Pride of the Road. I feel like this is a more desirable start your engines payoff than the just random 2-mana 2/2. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we have the choice between Broadcast Rambler. There's a Marshall's Path Cruiser. Don't care about that as much here. So I have the choice between Broadcast Rambler and Wreckage Wickerfolk. Wreckage Wickerfolk is nice just to have another 2-drop, but I don't have anything at the top end of my curve right now, so I'm considering the Rambler too. Yeah, let's go with a little more beef here and take the Broadcast Rambler. I think that's somewhat close, but like I said, it did feel like white was somewhat open based on what we saw in the previous pack. So let's move into the white-black direction here. Take Right's End, and Broadcast Rambler also works pretty well with Packdoll Terror. So I do like that synergy as well. Granted, it also works well with the Wreckage Wickerfolk, but I have an Engine Rat, 2 Wreckage Wickerfolks. I do feel like I'll be able to pick up more 2s, and that was my first 5-mana play for me. Here, I'll take Grim Bauble. I think it's mostly just a fine card, but given that we are doing a slight artifact theme, I think it also gets a little bit better. Not sure about Back on Track in this type of deck. And Sunbillow Verge, I mean, I can certainly play it, but don't think Ghastly Thrillseeker is worth splashing here. Now I'll just take Mutant Surveyor, just a totally fine creature. Seeing a bunch of green cards here, but that's not too surprising, given that we basically saw no green in pack 1. But we're going to give up on that and just take the Surveyor here. Endrider Catalyzer is also fine if I wanted to go red, but I feel like white is something that I'd more rather be. So let's go and take that. Transit Mage, that's an extremely late Transit Mage. A lot of good blue cards here, but fortunately for us, we can still be happy enough and take a Grim Bauble out of this pack, which we will take. And yeah, we are just seeing all of the black cards here. Seeing all the green cards here as well in the late Migrating Ketrodon. Don't really care about any of the cards here. I'll take another Sunbillow Verge, as this is just a free land to play. It literally just taps for white, but there is the outside chance that this lets me splash for a potential red card. If I find enough good fixing. This pack has absolutely nothing I want. I'd never want to play 2 Raceways. I don't know. I'll take a bounce off, but I'm not going to play any of those. Here, Walking Sarcophagus or Deathless Pilot. I'm going to take the Sarcophagus here. It's an artifact for Packdoll Terror, and it's a 2-mana way to start my engines. So just being an artifact, I think, is relevant, and being able to start my engines early also seems like something I'm somewhat interested in here. Here I'll take, Cloudspire Coordinator this late, but I'll take Marshall's Path Cruiser, although not sure I want to play that in my deck, and definitely don't want the Scrap Compactor, Spot Cycle Scouter also. All these cards are kind of mediocre. The cards that I think I'm going to end up playing for sure are the cards here on the left, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15 cards. And then all the cards on the right are kind of maybes. Just going to take Quack Feast here. I could use some cheap interaction. Granted, I don't fill up my graveyard very well, but what else is there for me, right? If I just want to be black-white, the only other option is something like a Scoured Barrens, and I'd much rather just take the removal spell. So let's take the Quack Feast out of this pack. So they're just a good, cheap removal spell to play, and now I'm happy with the Bulwark Ox. Yup, let's go. I am looking to be more aggressively slanted. I need more 2-drops. This is perfect. I do like Packdoll Terror. I do have a good deal of artifacts in my deck. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I just feel like I'm going to take the premium 2-drop here in the Bulwark Ox. And I do expect to just pick up more random white cards here as I continue drafting. Now I'll take Spin Out. Our removal suite is looking awesome here. Very, very good. So do like that. And wow, we get to just keep adding more good cards. That's a late stock up. So blue-black also could have been something that we draft. Certainly on the table here. Really, I do want to prioritize good creatures, but there's nothing that's good that's white or black. So I'm just going to take Gallant Strike as just a really good removal spell. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I just don't want any more spells. Like, I'll just take creatures here at this point. Would really love to take decent creatures. We do have Mutant Surveyor versus the Carrion Cruiser. And yeah, let's take the Carrion Cruiser. I like Surveyor, but Carrion Cruiser is just a lot of value. And now I need another... there's an Hour of Victory. I was going to say I need another 2-drop here, but I think Hour of Victory is premium. So let's go ahead and take that. Just acts as another creature. Here, I don't really think I need Risky Shortcut. I could take Collision Course, but I also don't know that I need another removal spell. This doesn't feel like a Risky Shortcut type of deck. So let's take Collision Course and see where this goes. I do love a second copy of Engine Rat. That's a late plow through, but... happy with the Engine Rat. So do like my curve. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 creature type effects. Maybe I want one more, but I will certainly take the black-white land. I don't care enough about Lotus Guard Disciple. Do care about having Scoured Barrens. And the Packdoll Terror tabled. All right, I will happily take that. My artifact count, like I said, is quite high. So I do want that over, I think, the Walking Sarcophagus, although... Sarcophagus is decent too, but I can't take it over the Packdoll Terror. Air Response Unit's pretty bad. Although, is it better than Daring Mechanic? I don't know. All right, I'll take Air Response Unit. I don't think I'm going to play that one. There's a white-red land here, so the Ghastly Thrillseeker... there's a Mutant Surveyor. Never mind, I'll just play that instead. All right, Don't think I'm going to play any of the red. Oh, that's another Mutant Surveyor. I mean, I like the Mutant Surveyor. If I have Start Your Engines and I want to get to max speed, it certainly helps. And with the Scoured Barrens, I think I'm going to do it like this. I can also just play Sun Billow Verge. It's just plains, right? It's just plains, so I don't think there's any downside, but it can potentially trick my opponents. Cards I'm not playing here. Well, we still have to cut some cards. Actually, let's just, you know what? Fine. Let's put all of these in and figure things out, because we have a lot of good options here. Although, never mind. I'm just instantly cutting these cards anyways. Okay. Yeah, we just don't need to splash the red. Also, my curve is quite low, so I can certainly see this be a 16-land deck. Do you count Carrion Cruiser as a creature? It's kind of weird, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 9. So this is 5, 8 white, 8 black. I can probably cut a black source, although we are pretty heavy on black. All right, I think I can probably cut 1 Collision Course. I have, only because I have a ton of removal. 2, 3, 4, 5, this is 8 removal spells. Back on track looks pretty mediocre. I just don't have anything expensive to get back. So just being able to reanimate like a 3-drop and getting a 1/1 pilot just doesn't seem worth. As far as Division of Colors go, how do I want to do this? I could also just cut the Raceway, just because I feel like I need all of my colored sources. So maybe I just do that. How many ways do I have to start my engines? A ton at 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ways to start my engines. All right, let's just cut the Raceway then. And then let's cut a Swamp. So this gives us 9 black and 8 white with 16 lands. And I just need to cut 1 more card here. I think I want to keep all of my cheap stuff. I actually don't have like the most ideal curve. I have 4 2-drops and 2 Engine Rats. So it's a little bit more on the mid-range side of the spectrum. I can certainly cut Grim Javelineer. Just because I kind of feel like I like my other 3s better. I like all my other creatures more. So that could be... And I have a lot of 3-mana plays as well. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm just going to cut Collision Course. I want to keep my creature count really high. And you just don't want a billion removal spells. And this still gives us 7 removal spells. So yeah, let's just do something like this. I just feel more comfortable just having a bunch more creatures. All right, let us give this a whirl. Okay, you know what? I just like the symmetry. Some people are not going to like that I like those red-white lands. So instead of avoiding the questions, let's just do this. All right, now before round 1 starts, I just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, I have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for all your support, as it truly means a lot and allows me to continue making all of this content. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to up your limited game and join an awesome community. I'm keeping this. I got a turn 2 Ox, 9 black sources. You gotta believe, right? If I just need to draw a black source in 3 draw steps here. If not, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. Sure. Okay, well, we drew the black source, but... does this kill enchantments? It does not. All right, let's go Wreckage Wickerfolk. I kind of want the lands for the Brock. It's weird. My hand is really weird. I don't want Grim Bubble. I will keep the plains. It's just... I just need it, you know what I mean? Like, I really need to play this Broadcast Rambler. Let's go bobble up the Glitch Ghost Surveyor. Keep going. Walking Sarcophagus, okay. Gallant Strike is the draw from us. Gonna attack. Play an Engine Rat. Pass the turn. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. If they play some good value card here, it's gonna be pretty bad for me. I might be interested in just cycling Gallant Strike just to make sure that I can hit land number 5. for the broadcast ramble. Just kidding. I'm just going to use Gallant Strike here. Let's just block. All right. So we just got rid of the entire board, which is good. And now any land is great. All right, there is the land, and we get to jam the Broadcast Rambler. So happy that I took that over the Wreckage Wickerfolk just to have a little more top end. And now the Bauble allows us to surveil. So, and we have a removal spell in the Quag Feast here, so really happy about everything. And I don't really care if they attack me. All right, so let's go Engine Rat. Activate the Rambler. Ride Zen, maybe? Waxen Shape Thief on the cycle, okay. And... yeah, I'm gonna pass. Yeah, like they can play something and hit me with the Haunted Hellride, I suppose. Guidelight Optimizer, sure. Did they draw something else? Haunt the Network, wow. Yeah, that is incredible because that helps with the racing situation. I guess now I'm kind of interested in Quag Feasting the Haunted Hellride, maybe. But now we're just looking for action, so definitely don't want these two lands. We drew Ride's End, okay. So I have a flyer there. I'm at, wow, that thing just, yeah. Completely shifted how the race goes here. Let's do that. Let's attack with these two. If they double block, I get to Ride Zen, which is going to be really good for me. Okay. All right, so they take one. It's funny, I haven't been able, I haven't drawn like one of my 7 Start Your Engines cards. Scrap Compactor, sure. So that kills my Broadcast Rambler. Interesting. Oh, because they have a Glitchgo Surveyor? Whatever, I'll just take both. Let's race. So I see no point in attacking with Broadcast Rambler. So I'm just going to attack with all my other creatures. Because they're going to end up turn kill my Rambler. Yep. All right, Sabotage Strategist. All right, they are drawing quite well. Okay. All right, they're at max speed, and they do have the Glitchgo Surveyor, which I imagine they're going to use here. I'm going to drain them here. And then I will use Quag Feast to kill this. Oh, there's one of my Start Your Engines cards. We'll play Grim Javelineer and beat down. All right, so they're at 5 life. We have lots of attackers. They can't really attack me anymore, I don't think. And then I still have Ride's End available here. Roadside Assistance doesn't do anything. And Mindspring Merfolk does do something. So that certainly changes how I want to approach this game. That attack is so ambitious. Oh, does it give Vigilance? Oh, it gives Lifelink. My bad. My bad. I take that back. Packdoll Terror. I don't think... yeah, they did a really great job of coming back that turn. See what they do. Okay. So we got a Surveil here. Don't want the land. I'm going to kill the Merfolk. All right. It's a close one. Zohur Glory's Pass with maximum speed. Wow, okay. Don't think they have a good attack here, though. It's non-token. Walking Sarcophagus actually gets our engines going. Okay. I don't have a great attack. So yeah, why don't we just play everything? I'm going to go Pact Altair first. And then play Walking Sarcophagus, and I'll still get up to 2 speed here. Boom. Alright, so they're at 5 life, no attacks, and I will pass. I can double block the flyer here to prevent them from gaining life, and then Engine Rat blocks that. Ether Jacket is a card, I suppose. Alright, how do I want to do this? I'm at 5, they're at 12. My flyers can't really attack because they have the 2/2 lifelinker. The Pact Altair can attack, and it could potentially trade with, I don't know, the Thopter or the Zahor. This kills artifacts. Yeah, this is actually kind of tough. I kind of like everything else, but this has actually been quite close. They've drawn a couple of really nice cards here. And I'm going to have to lean on my Engine Rat to get me out of this. Okay, so Aetherjack, this is good in the sense that they get a 2/2 out of this. But it's good in the sense that they can't use it to kill my Pact Altair. They still get a zombie, though. And I'm going to get my speed up to 3 here main phase. Because I have a Mutant Surveyor in my graveyard, and I'm going to play my land. Do I have a Mutant Surveyor in my graveyard? I do. Alright, so they're at 3. Very close game. Midnight Mangler is the draw from the opponent. That is something that they can sacrifice on their turn. But they don't have great attacks, which is good for us. As I can continue draining them with the Engine Rat. So, I mean, this is the thing of this little sucker. You know, it's like a 1-drop, but like in the late game, you can just randomly use it to burn your opponents out. So they're doing this simply just to stay alive, but I get to trade a 2/2 Thopter for a 1/1 Thopter, and they go up to 5. They don't get a 2/2 token here, which is good. Grim Bauble would be nice. Ooh, Spin Out is interesting. Spin Out is really interesting. Because if I kill this... I can still just hit them for 2 in the air. And I don't have to worry about them gaining life. They can Surveil, sure. But this is... Well, they didn't Surveil, okay. This is a much better way for us to get in the air. And then now we can even draw like an artifact for the win, potentially. They have no way to block my flyers. So now they have to deal with my rat and my flyers. And then I can try to draw like Grim Bauble, I guess. Okay, that's a second Mutant Survival. Okay. Looking to be in an excellent spot here. Our opponent has a little janky Esper artifact thing. But we were able to scrap that out. And those are the types of games that I really like to win. Where it's just like, we're battling with our commons. And we're trying to get every little bit of advantage off of our Surveil effects, etc. And yeah. Very, very happy to take that one down. Alrighty, opponent on the play here. You know, 2 plains and a swamp and a bunch of things I can play on curve. Certainly happy with that. You know, being able to go like, whatever, turn 2 Quack Feast into anything is always fine. You probably Mutant Surveyor. This thing's just really hard to block in general. Okay, island. Let's go swamp. Probably firing off this Quack Feast just on anything that they play, for the most part. Yep, that's totally fine. We hit a Wreckage Wickerfolk, sure. I just didn't foresee myself in a situation where I'm going to have a loaded graveyard anytime soon, and they were on the play, so I just wanted to slow down the action. I mean, Gibber Omnivore hits kind of hard, so... Ether Jacket, okay. Let's go Mutant Surveyor. Start the engines. This makes me not want to play the Pact Altair, I will say. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. Okay, nothing from them. That's at sorcery speed. They have to have something here. I don't know, some kind of bounce spell, I don't know. Bounce, literally bounce off, okay. That's funny. I guess I just play my biggest creature, right? Or my most expensive one. That doesn't die to the Ether Jacket. That's really weird that their play was just bounce off. Okay, Ooze Patrol. Okay, they hit one thing, so it's a 4/4. Alright, fair enough. Okay, at least I have something that blocks. Alright, do I just make them use their Ether Jacket? It does prevent them from playing whatever big thing they might want to play on the following turn. And it just uses my mana better in general. I just don't have a really good follow-up otherwise. Alright. And if for whatever reason they play something big, then I can just play out the other Pactol Terror and at least get two triggers. Okay. I think they're just going to kill it, though. But I get to play the other one. Two cards in hand for the opponent. We're not really putting on a whole lot of pressure here. Not ideal. But Pactol Terror certainly should help. Holy crap. They just played Rise from the Wreck. What is this deck? I just haven't played against a blue-green graveyard deck. Alright. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we just have a bunch of mediocre creatures in my hand. So it's not like I'm doing anything spectacular. I do have some removal in my deck. I have a handful of ways to get this Ooze Patrol off the battlefield, which I would love to find. But, you know, they can certainly go like Ether Jacket into the Veloheart Bike, maybe. Alright, I would love to draw like a Grim Bauble. Grim Bauble would be great. I wouldn't mind a land either, to be honest. Artifact, any artifact is fine too. Ride's End stinks. Don't really care about it. Alright, let's play Mutant Surveyor. Hopefully they're out of gas, but they just got 3 cards back here, so that was really, really big for them, and our hand is just... I mean, granted, our victory does get really, really strong if I can get to the maximum speed, which I imagine will happen at some point. Oh, wow. Okay, so they're splashing red for something. I just don't know what. Man, that thing has vigilance too. That's really annoying. So, like, I can't even get, like, a discounted rate or something, you know what I mean? And then they can hit me for, like, 1,000,000 damage. I'm gonna see if they choose to pump the Strategist, because that would require them using their entire turn. And, like, I don't mind taking 2, but if they go land and then pump the Strategist, or actually, they don't even need a land. If they pump the Strategist, then I go to 9, then I can use the Ride's End, and then it's like, you know, I added to my board, took a little bit of extra damage, but then I get to use the Ride's End. Okay, looks like I'm just gonna take 2 here, which is fine. Probably do need to kill the Strategist, though, depending on what else I draw, right? Probably splashing for, like, Loot or Thunderhead Gunner, something along those lines. Skystreak Engineer as well? Okay. Okay. Well, that's where I wish I had the removal, I guess. I'm just kind of behind on all fronts. That Rise from the Wreck to get back 3 things was really, really strong. What the heck? They had a 3-mana spell, too? What do you have? Okay, it's just a stall out, I guess. Actually, that would have been pretty annoying if they cast it as well, so... I need to find a way to get to maximum speed so that I could use Hour of Victory as a way to just continue finding removal spells for the flyers. Like, that's the big issue right now, is I have an answer to the Strategist. Holy cow. What? What is happening? Oh my gosh. Yep. Why did they attack with Skystreak Engineer? Oh, they get to start their engines. I forgot about that. All right, well, I feel like... I mean, I need to get rid of this. Who am I kidding? I need my Pride of the Road back. But it doesn't really matter. Like, this is just an awful situation to be in. A land would be good, but I can't seem to find one of those. Let's go Carrion Cruiser, I guess, to try to get something back. Oh, that's another Ride's End. Pact Altera does get me to maximum speed. So I'll take that. Then we'll play Bulwark Ox. Then we'll pass. And we're taking a bunch in the air. Hands like this makes me wish I had more lands in my deck. Alright, if I don't draw a removal spell here for Sabotage Strategist, I think I'm just dead. Like, I have to draw it this turn. Yeah, okay. I mean, this is just an instance where they were too far ahead on mana, so they were able to just make far more impactful plays because they had... Basically, they used their mana every single turn, and they were up like 3 mana sources on me. So they were just able to accomplish a lot more. So my ragtag army of like random 3-drops just wasn't able to get it done. Alrighty, 1-1. Gosh, sure. No 1 or 2 drops in my hand, but I do have 3 black 3-drops that I can play. So I think I want that. I did draw Quack Feast, which is pretty nice, helps clear the way. Alright, let's just start things off with Mutant Surveyor. Really, really hard creature to block. Even if I miss, okay, a little Esper lands here for my opponent. But we have a fine hand, as long as we can get to maximum speed. Could have really used a Risen Necro Regent, that'd be a really nice one. Transit Mage, okay. Good value creature. Spikeshell Harrier, sure. Just gonna make the most mana efficient play every turn that I can. They can't play the Spikeshell Harrier just yet. Our Victory is a really good target for them, for the Spikeshell Harrier. See what they play here, like a Pact Altera, I'm gonna certainly just spin out. Land would not be bad. And I kind of want to save my Quack Feast. Alright, so they're going to run out the Spikeshell Harrier, but we are on 3 speed. Do need to find another way to get something in my yard. They're going to bounce my Pride of the Road. Prop might attack me with Transit Mage, but I can attack with the Mutant Surveyor. Okay, they're not. Grim Bauble was actually a pretty nice draw here. Because I can use that to kill the Transit Mage. And then I can attack with Mutant Surveyor still. And if they block, obviously I just pump it. Then we can just play Pride of the Road. Now, if I really want to kill something, I can... Oh, come on. Gastel Raider, that's... Anytime Gastel Raider hits something, it just feels so bad because it should miss so many times. Ugh. Okay, that's unfortunate, but we can still power through, I think. That was not a bad draw. That was not a bad draw. Get that 4/4 off the battlefield, get to maximum speed, which is great, given our hand. Having our Victory here is fantastic. We can just use that as a way to search for whatever we need. If they want to double block my Mutant Surveyor, I still have max speed. So they're down to 4 cards. And they still need to answer my Pride of the Road, which is now going to be a 2/5 double striker. So all good things here for us. Yeah, Voyager Quick Welder and Sundial. Okay. So that would technically be enough here to kill the Pride of the Road. So I think I'm interested in just playing Mutant Surveyor and Our Victory. Because giving the Mutant Surveyor double strike seems really strong. So good turn for us. Solid Esper Artifacts deck for my opponent. And next turn we can go search for... We have the spin out. What? I have a Collision Course, another Grimbauble, Pact Terror. I mean, lots of good stuff. But I just got to think about like what the best removal spell I can get is. There's another Ride's End I can get, but if I don't draw land number 5, it doesn't matter so much. Guidelight Pathmaker? Ugh. We use the Quag Feast. Mendicant Core? What? Okay. All right, so I can make the Mutant Surveyor into something absolutely outrageously large. I can turn this into a 5/6 double striker, which is really good. So they have to block. Like, there's just no great blocks here for them. They just have to kind of chump. Oh, I see what they're doing. I mean, that's fine. What the heck? Really? So I can turn this into a 5/6 that deals 10 damage. So I can kill these two creatures on the right. Okay. Unexpected, I will say. Maybe they have a Light Shield parry? I don't know. So is there a difference giving this 10 power? Like, that gives us 6 toughness. And this, if I kill this with double strike, this becomes a 3/3. So it would still kill this. If I do it this way, like, I still just kill the 2 creatures on the right, right? And this lets me utilize my mana a little bit better. Okay. There's just no way they're playing Light Shield parry here. So I'll do it like this. And if they have a Light Shield parry, I'll just kill the Sundial. I think I'd rather kill the Pathmaker here. So I have a couple of Mutant Surveyors and this Hour of Victory. I'm going to hold off on the Hour of Victory, I think, and just draw cards. Uses my mana better. They have 2 cards left in hand. Jeez, they have so much action. So once again... Oh, it looks like they're splashing... Nope, nope. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's another no respect for the game situation. That is simply all this is. Gallant Strike. Okay. Engine Rat. I do want a really good threat. Is that really what I want to search, though, with Our Victory? Like, do I want to get something like a Broadcast Rambler? Or do I want to save that for like a removal spell? You know what I mean? I think I'm still going to save the Hour of Victory. I'm going to play Engine Rat and just pass. Keep up Gallant Strike, keep up Mutant Surveyor, and the Grimbauble activation. So just a... Oh, God. They have so much gas. It's so hard for my humble little black-white deck to grind through all of this. That's just a big concern. Yeah, like they killed my Pride of the Road, and that's kind of most of what I had left here. Really? Okay. Okay. Is it better to draw than surveil or surveil than draw? I guess surveil than draw. I don't know. Holy cow. I definitely want Collision Course. Do I want Wreckage Wickerfolk? I don't think so. I mean, it's still just a good card to draw, right? Like, just to have a flyer, kill some things. Sure. I could have done this the last turn. I don't know why I didn't do it. It's so dumb. Alright. Don't want the land. I do want Pact All Terror. I'll chill. This gives me like another way to win the game. I'm saving the Gallon Strike in case they play something bigger. But yeah, choosing not to... I don't know why I didn't activate my Mutant Surveyor. That was really bad. Like, really, really bad. Alright, so I can go Pact All Terror into probably, like, look for a Broadcast Rambler. Just get my opponent low if possible. And this is the type of game where I can't afford to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I just... Yeah, that was... Yeah. Actively very, very harmful. 2 cards left for my opponent. It's probably, like, a good removal spell, and they're just wondering what to do. If it's a creature, I'm shocked that they wouldn't have just played it right away. Dune Drifter, okay. Mendicant Core, okay. Well, that's a good target for Gallant Strike. Sure. This is Crew 2. I gotta do it here just so they can't crew the Hull Drifter. Alright, so this is good. I have Mana Sinks here. I don't know that they're interested in attacking me. Oh my gosh, I drew a second Pact All Terror. That's incredible. I can attack with Pact All Terror, but I guess they can block with Voyager Quick Welder. I can also just... I mean, this seems like a good opportunity to just cast Our Victory. Or activate Our Victory, rather. And find the best possible target here. Carrion Cruiser also seems phenomenal. Can't rule that one out. So there's Carrion Cruiser, Ride's End, Broadcast Rambler. Lots of good stuff. I can also just chain Our Victories and just play that game, maybe? I guess there's no reason not to, right? I think I'm going to get the Carrion Cruiser. It helps me out better if I go for the Pact All Terror stuff. And I can also play both next turn, which I like. I'm going to pass. Alright, it looks like they're a little bit flooded here. Pact All Terror. Boom! Okay. Whew, they drew a lot of cards. I was like really concerned because they cast Stock Up, Hull Drifter, Transit Mage to get something, and I am really, really surprised that we were able to kind of grind through all of that with kind of our ragtag army there. 2-1. Okay, whew. We've had some long games. We're only 3 games in. Opponent going first. Look, my deck is actually not super aggressive. I have lots of black sources. I have Rides In on the draw. I'm just... Like, if I was on the play, I don't know. I just feel like this is kind of a defensive hand anyways. So I'm just gonna treat this as more of a controlling hand, which I think is perfectly fine as a way to win. Or I can just draw a Swamp. That would be ideal. No? No? Okay. Wow, I can't believe they did it then. What? You should wait till your combat to make the token first. Wow, they cost themselves a token there, but unfortunately it's not going to matter, because in 3 draw steps we failed to find a black source. Or a white card, for that matter. They're toying with us. They're testing our patience. Okay. Well, it looks like they don't have another creature here, maybe. Otherwise, they wouldn't be looking at all their stuff, right? So hopefully that's the case. Oh, never mind. They have enough to crew everything. Oh my gosh. I guess another swamp would still be fine here. No, that's not what I want. Not what I want at all. Alright, we're just going to play Pact Altera and hope for the best. Alright, I will play for one more turn here. If I draw another swamp, I guess I have an outside chance here. But they're just getting far too many resources. I mean, look, I kept kind of a sketchy hand. Guess I just should have mulliganed. But it is what it is. What? What did you draft? Is that like a Boros Vehicles deck splashing Voyage Home? Is that what's happening here? Okay. Oh, this could be like a push the limit type deck. That would be pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, like this is just, I have no shot here. I'll keep playing, I guess, but it's just, you know what I mean? It just feels like one of those hopeless games. Like, they're just up so many cards. They have more cards, more lands than I do, and a much higher life total. Okay, well, I guess we... Oh. Maybe they just have all lands in hand. That'll be our best route to victory here. Alright, I'm done now. I'm done. Okay. Do I not have enough black sources? Like, I don't know what's going on here. I know I'm playing 16 lands, but my curve is extremely, like, it's pretty darn low. 2.8. I have double Wreckage Wickerfolk. I guess I have way more black cards than white cards, so I probably should have done this to begin with. So that's probably on me. I probably built my mana base slightly wrong. So I'm pretty sure I got paired against this opponent already. But the queues have been pretty long. I think right now, because the Arena Direct's happening, there's kind of a... it's been kind of split in terms of what you see. Like, a lot of people are playing the other thing as well. Turn 1 Scurryfoot, very, very strong. Don't have a Grim Bauble here, sadly. Let's play a Wreckage Wickerfolk. See what we can hit. Kind of just want lands, to be honest. Although I will keep Grim Bauble, but I will not keep Broadcast Rambler. That's kind of where I'm at. Grim Bauble seems awesome here. Thundering Broodwagon. Okay, so they went kind of deep. They did go kind of deep. Keen Buccaneer. Sure. Let's get the bauble going. See what they do here. Okay, I have Gallant Strike. Hopefully they just don't have Defend the Rider. But being able to get them to spend their turn and have me use Gallant Strike seems pretty worth. Giving up on that point of damage. Alright, ooh, that was good. Let's go Surveyor. Get the engines going. And then attack. Yep. So that was really, really solid sequence of things that happened for us. So now they're on 2 speed. I can play Pact Altera next turn. Just try to get to maximum speed because we have some good payoff cards. They can't really block here. Let's get Pact Altera in play. They can't really attack us either. And then I have various artifacts I can play out of my hand. I can also get to max speed with the Wreckage Wickerfolk. They might have to activate this just to try to find more lands to play here. I can imagine that being a possibility. Getting back Broadcast Rambler with Practical Terror in play is pretty good too. Roadside Blowout. Okay, well, they get to draw a card off of that, and they get to hit me. Okay, okay. So we are officially on maximum speed. I just don't see a reason not to play Practical Terror still. It's still just a good body in play, and any artifact I play, I just drain them, right? So it just seems really strong here, and something that they still just need to answer. They can't really attack me too well here. And I drew a land, which is pretty solid. Let's see, we go with the land here. If I attack with the Mutant Surveyor, they can block with Thopterist and Keen Buccaneer, which isn't ideal. But I suppose that still gets a Nimble Thopterist off the battlefield, and then I can play another Mutant Surveyor. And clearing the board here seems reasonable. Oh, wow. I did not expect that, actually. So I get to kill the 2 creatures on the right, I think, and then just play a follow-up thing. So why don't we do that? Yeah, they simply just don't have time to exhaust the Keen Buccaneer, in my opinion. So let's go with this. And then, what do I do? Let's go Carrion Cruiser, actually. It's another artifact. It drains them. And then I can get back Broadcast Rambler, which I think is quite strong. Especially with Practical Terror in play. Okay, they're digging. Alright. They just got hosed, honestly. It looks like they had a really powerful Sultai deck going there. By the way, I did just add 17 lands back in. I just got sick of the mana issues, and you know, I didn't think about it, but with triple Mutant Surveyor and the double hour victories, I think I have enough to do with my mana, where basically my 17th land, I added in the Raceway and cut the collision course. Alright, on the play, great. I will keep my hand. Turn 1 Engine Rat, I think I'm going to play that. I don't have any 2-drops in hand, other than the Quag Feast, so I feel like being able to go turn 1 Engine Rat, oh wow. Okay, well, that changes things, because now I get to start my engines a turn earlier. Yeah, which is great. And then now I can Quag Feast their 2-drop. Assuming they play a 2-drop. They could also just Lightning Strike my Sarcophagus. You know, one thing I don't have, I actually thought I'd get something like a Maximum Overdrive here. Alright, Gilded Goated down. Ooh, hitting a Surveyor is actually not bad here. Alright, we're on 3 speed. It's pretty good. We have a couple of top-end cards. Bulwark Ox isn't bad. Let's see what they play. A Spot Cycle Scouter with no 1-drop? That means we're going to be at maximum speed here, which is ideal. A land would be good. I'll take anything. What does this do again? When this creature attacks while saddled, sack this creature. Okay. Alright, max speed. And I will still play the Bulwark Ox. So now the Sarcophagus is a 3/3, which is a much more formidable threat. Skyseer's Chariot. Do they just not have a creature? That would be ideal. I assume they're going to play a creature here, though. Oh my gosh. What does this say? Bulwark Ox. Oh, so the saddle costs 2 mana? So if I draw a land... Okay, so that's kind of interesting. That is very, very interesting. Actually, it's not. I just attack. Yeah, this is fairly straightforward. The reason being is I just attack. If they play a creature that's not a Broadcast Rambler, even if it is a broadcast, like I can just spin out the creature and they can't do anything with the vehicles. And this is the issue with vehicles. You know what I mean? Like literally right here. You see, this is the issue with vehicles. Yeah. Like they played vehicles, but they didn't have creatures to play. All right. Trying to right the ship here. Had a few stumbles earlier, but now we have 4 wins and 2 losses. The classic white-black finish, the 4-3. Let's get 5 wins. If I can get 5 wins with a non-green deck, white-black, like, I just need good draws. Like, I gotta go first, have a good aggressive start, some interaction, and this hand kind of has all of that. Turn 2, Walking Sarcophagus into Spin Out / Mutant Surveyor, And then if we draw some lands, we can play the Broadcast Rambler. So totally fine hand here. And this is a card that I thought was like wildly unplayable or very, very bad. And now I think it's... Look, if you're aggressive and you are playing a Start Your Engines deck, so mostly black, white, and black, red, I do not mind playing the Sarcophagus. It's not awesome, but it's fine. Whereas before I was thinking, you know, oh man, this card's bad. Like, I'm still happy trading this with any 2-drop, and then I play the Surveyor. That's still fine. Like, I'm not gonna... Another Spot Cycle Scouter. Everybody loves it. Is this card good? I've had a lot of opponents play this card. I don't think I've ever put this card in my deck. It's an odd timing for the Bulwark Ox. So if they play a creature in pass, I can put a counter... It's not ideal. Whereas if I play the Surveyor, it's like guaranteed to get in. Alright, I'm just going to play the Surveyor. It's also better use of my mana, but like next turn I can like pump this and play the Ox. Just have like a lot of things I can... Holy cow, they just had nothing. Well, hey, look, playing that actually ended up being very good for me. Because I can attack, and then I'll just play a bunch of creatures. I actually don't want the land here. Grim Bauble. Like, there's a world where Grim Bauble can be playable, but I'd rather just... You know what? I'll take the land, actually. Yeah, no, look, the land's fine. Because if they play nothing, I can go land Broadcast Rambler and then just, like, attack for millions. If they play, yeah, Pact All Terror, I can spin it out. There's just, like, a lot of good things that can happen from this. Well, I can also just attack with Mutant Surveyor and Wreckage Wickerfolk. Like, killing this and attacking with everything is also okay, but I'd rather just play Broadcast Rambler. And basically, it's like if they have a Wrath, they have a Wrath. I think is kind of where I want to be. I just feel like that gives me the best chance to win the game. Alright, we are on maximum speed. I'll play Broadcast Rambler. Yeah. It feels like they could have a Wrath here. And if they do, that's the game. Okay? Maybe not. Another Pact All Terror. Okay, so that makes things certainly very interesting. Gonna save this spin out. My Flyers want to attack. My Broadcast Rambler wants to attack. My Bulwark Ox can't do a darn thing. So... let's just crew this up. Let's attack with the obvious creatures. If they double block my Rambler, then I can use Spin Out and still get in for a lot of damage. I'm assuming that they're going to use the Spot Cycle Scouter here, and then double block the Rambler. But maybe not. Yep. Okay, so that was expected. Let's go ahead and kill the Pact All Terror. And then the Spot Cycle Scouter dies. Let's pump the Surveyor. And our opponent takes a bunch of damage, so... that's a really good spot. They are at 5 mana, though, so they can play Spectacular Pileup or the Getaway here. Oh, just a Broadcast Rambler, so I'm very, very happy about that. They do get to gain a bunch of life back. Pact All Terror is very, very good. But I don't think they're in a position to attack me, which is good. And the Mutant Surveyor is still something that's just really annoying for them to deal with. So why don't we continue attacking with the Rambler. Attack with the obvious cards. Like, just attacking with a 3/3 on this board just doesn't seem ideal. Alright, now we're just gonna fully pump up the Mutant Surveyor. Get in for maximum damage. And I'm actually going to play the land here, just because if I draw land number 8, that's just another point of damage from Mutant Surveyor. I do have the Raceway, But I think I'd rather, like, I have way more other lands that I can draw that I can use to pump up the Surveyor. They're at 6 life. We're putting a good amount of pressure on. It looks like they have a similar deck to what we have. If I can draw, like, a good source of interaction, that would help greatly. They're probably going to use this to kill the Mutant Surveyor, is my guess. Yep, that's the best attacker that I have, at least. And they're draining me. I think Pact Altera still can't attack. All right, so we still have good live draws here. Carrion Cruiser is fantastic. The question is, what do I want to get back with it, right? I can put a counter on the Walking Sarcophagus. Maybe I just draw a Pact Altera. Like, I don't know that I want to get back Mutant Surveyor on this board. Like, I'd rather get back Broadcast Rambler, I think. So why don't we just draw a card first, just to see what I draw. Not great. Oh, those are some exciting cards. Pact Altera, I don't think I want. But Pride of the Road versus Broadcast Rambler is a real decision. I mean, giving double strike seems really strong. But so does just having, like, 2 per... I'm going to take the Broadcast Rambler. I just think long-term this is going to be better. Like, having an extra Thopter and an extra 5/4 also means that it's going to be really tough for my opponent to turn things around. All right. Just everybody loves drafting artifacts. It's the conclusion here. All right, so they have some red cards in their deck too. Hour of Victory. They are not close to maximum speed though. They drew that off the Matrix. All right. Ride's End. Well, that makes things very, very interesting. Don't think I care about it right now, though. Let's see. I kill this. They turn this into a 4/3. I crew this. I pump that. No, I just want to broadcast Ramble. Ramble, ramble, ramble. 1 in the air. Pass. Okay. Ooh, they might be out of action here. Okay. Wow. I want to attack. They have 1 card in hand. I am still going to just attack with my flyers because I don't really see a great attack. I can attack with the Broadcast Rambler and just trade with the Junker. Am I interested in that, though? Just to clean up the board a little bit? Maybe. Sure, actually. Besides, it's a vehicle. We're good. All right, what you got? This should get it done. All right, Mutant Surveyor. Crew. Saddle. 2 cards in hand for the opponent. They might kill the Ox. Who knows? Road Rage. Sure. If they have a removal spell, I'm still good. Wow, they had a Siphon Fuel? Okay. I guess I'm not still good. Yeah, we're still good. Okay. Whew, that was a nice close one. They had some goodies. All right, we are now playing for a shot at Diamond 1. We picked up our 5 wins with our little black-white deck that could. So I'm happy. I am happy. Alrighty. Can we just rattle off a million wins in a row again and do well? We'll see. Opponent on the play. We got a pretty defensive hand, but I have all my colors. And there you go. Shout out to Avishkar Raceway, my 17th land. Greed was my downfall. Put it back in. Snap keep. Looks like our opponent mulliganed. They have an aggro draw. We have the Ride Zen. We have Gallant Strike for something bigger. And then Surveyor is a really hard creature to block. That'll help us get to max speed along with Pride of the Road. All right, Swiftwater Cliffs. Okay. Tyrox. It's kind of annoying just because it hits kind of hard. I think I have to Ride Zen this. Just for the sake of, like, my hand and my curve. Like, it just hits really, really hard. What are they going to do? Bounce it? Ketrodon? I did not expect that. Okay, so they're like some kind of teamer janky deck. Fair enough. All right, well, we got the Gallant Strike. Gonna save that one for... Well, there's no... It doesn't matter. Not save it. We will have this for something big, rather. Veloheart Bike. All right, they went deep. They went deep. They did miss a land drop, though. Here, I will play... I'm gonna play Pride of the Road, actually. Just because this guarantees me another way to get up if they play something big. Also, this attacks through something that can crew the bike. And then if they play something with a lot of toughness, I can kill that with the Gallant Strike. The only thing I can't do because of this is play Pact Terror and Engine Rat in the same turn, which is also a consideration. But having this in play and having my opponent even think about like finding ways to deal with the Pride of the Road also just makes the game kind of interesting. And I want to have these two in play before I get to 4 speed, if that makes any sense. Because I want to be able to get to 4 speed and then just have the mana available to pump while also giving double strike with Pride of the Road. Hazard of the Dunes, sure. Okay. Wow, this is actually really interesting. I'm going to kill the Hazard of the Dunes. I'm just wondering here if I should also kill the bike. I think the answer is yes. Just like, basically kind of play like this game where I try to keep their resources really low because they missed the land drop as well. So I think the bike was really important for them to enact their plan. And so... yeah, just kind of slowing down their mana here and killing everything seems pretty good. Especially with 5 lands and the Mutant Surveyor now. Just like, it's going to be really hard to block this anyways. Grease Wrench. Oh, Venom Sac Lagak. See, here, this is exactly why. So they have Venom Sac Lagak, but I get to go Pactol Terror here, get to maximum speed, and then just give my Pride of the Road double strike and attack. They might activate the Grease Wrench Goblin. They might have a run over for Pride of the Road. If they have run over, things get kind of interesting again as well. Surprised they were able to go like double creature after I kind of... I guess that's what they were considering on the previous turn. Interesting. Okay. I don't really care about looting right now, to be honest. It's a pretty clear double strike on the Mutant Surveyor and just attack with Surveyor, given how much mana they have. And this just represents so much damage. It's going to be really... like, even if they have Howler's Heavy, I can pump it enough to kill the Lagak. Okay. If they have a Gonosaur Rex... I'm like... what's like the worst possible thing they can do here? Fair enough. It's a Gonosaur Rex. All right. All right. Okay, well, their deck is excellent. Looks like a green... Yeah, I mean, they just played all good green cards. That is the recipe to success in this format, so good for them. Hopefully we can find some way to close things out before they inevitably run away with pure card quality. This is an instance where I probably want to keep the Swamp in my hand, but we'll see. Things get a lot more dicey if they kill my Pride of the Road. If they kill my Pride of the Road, it's like my attacks get a lot worse. Now, also, if they just, like, keep just passing with a million mana up, that's also kind of annoying. Yeah, so, like, that's why I'm going to just, like, continue making conservative attacks. Although, I guess if they have Howler's Heavy now, it's just not particularly good. So maybe I just wait. Can't counter that. They're at 13 life. Probably just want to get a removal spell here, is my guess. Spin Out is the card that I'm thinking about here. Yeah, let's go with Spin Out. I think that's going to help me. And I want to use all my mana just because I have so many different mana sinks too. And this just... I don't know. This just feels correct to me. They pass with 4 mana up. They probably have all kinds of good things to do here. And yeah, it was a crash and burn on the Pride of the Road. Now I definitely don't need to play any more lands. We'll see what they do. If they pass again, it's just so annoying. They're just playing the entire game at instant speed, and that just makes things really, really tricky for me. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's play a flyer and surveil. I'm in no rush. Given what's going on right now, I'm in no rush. I'm going to play this very slow, very, very patiently, right? And see what happens. Broadcast Rambler seems like the better draw than Grim Bauble, although I like the Bauble as well. Not going to attack. Just make it kind of tough and frustrating for them. Like, I have this land that lets me loot anything else that I need. I have this Spin Out, but I just don't want to use the Spin Out and make an attack this turn. I would rather wait and just save this for a potential bigger bomb. If I ever run out of things to do, then I can also start draining them with the Engine Rat here. So, again, just not in a big rush. I was trying to play that aggro game early because they missed the land drop, but now we're switching gears and kind of playing more of a slower, drain you out type strategy. And I can play both ways. It's like, oh, dang, they didn't attack me and pump all their mana into the Surveyor. How dare they? I better use my clunky removal spell now on something. There you go. Yeah. I'm happy with the way that this is going. But, Adrenaline Jockey. All right, this does feel like a good time to try to kill the Lagak now, because I don't want to take the extra damage. Greenbelt Guardian. Okay, so we get to attack for a lot this turn. Actually, not a lot, but some amount. Those certainly. They're going to take it. From what I've seen, they're going to take it here. They don't want to, like, double block with anything, really. So they just have no good blocks, meaning I'm going to be able to get in for 4 damage this turn, and then I can play out the Broadcast Rambler, which will then get them down to 6 with 2 flyers in play and me at a healthy 24 life. And then I still have Grim Bauble that I can use to kill the Grease Wrench Goblin. And yeah, it's just a tough situation overall. Now, if they triple block, then I just kill the 2 creatures on... Actually, that's a really good question. If they triple block, what do I do? I can just leave the Jockey in play. Yeah, I'll do that. If they triple block, I'll pump the Surveyor. Okay, so they didn't, so let's just do what I said. Okay, so 4 damage. Broadcast Rambler. Lots of drains. All right, they're at 6. All right. We got some flyers. We got a large creature. Lots of good stuff here. And they have good mana sinks. But, like, if their whole turn is to pump the Greenbelt Guardian, it kind of puts them in a tricky spot. Boom Scholar. Okay. So that makes this cost 2 mana, and this costs 1 mana. Okay. That's fine. That's just insane. What just happened? What is happening here? Why are they attacking me? Do they have a Pyreheart Guardian or something? They're at 6 life? Okay, I take it. I'm not sure what's happening here. This is just like a wild attack given the life total. So like they have to have like a Pyreheart Guardian or something here. Yeah, so they're dead. They get to get in for a bunch. But I get to kill Grease Wrench Goblin, drain them, and then hit them for millions. So this must be blocked. Okay. Yeah, so red-green, I guess. Red-green with the light blue splash. They actually had a pretty solid deck. Lots of good cards here. I'm shocked. Like, given just the card quality of those things that we see, it's like, hey, we did pretty good. We defeated that deck. All right, and we hit Diamond 1. So 6 wins with our little humble Orzhov deck. Can we get the trophy? We are setting up nicely. All right, here for all the marbles. 6 and 2 on the play. It's a fine hand. Let's hopefully the Wreckage Wickerfolk finds me a Starter Engines card that I can play on turn 3. Let's attack. Play Wreckage Wickerfolk. All right. So no lands. I don't want lands. Oh, that is a Starter Engines card. The question here is, do I want this Bulwark Ox or is it too late? Sure, let's keep both. They're both spells, right? Like, you know. Redshift, okay. Well, Engine Rat should be pretty good in this matchup. They don't play a large creature. I mean, this is my turn 3. So, you know, obviously if they kill my Ox, they kill my Ox. But, like, if they don't, I can just go Surveyor, Saddle, pump the Ox, and at least have that able to attack for 3. Looks like a run over, though. Or some kind of fight spell. Yep, run over. Sure. All right, let's go ahead and play the Surveyor. Attack. All right, we're on 2 speed. Play the land. That was the best we can do. We have Ride's End. No, they probably have Fang Guardian. Gonna not block. Oh, no Fang Guardian. Okay, land would be great. Grim Bauble is interesting. How would you like to block? It's kind of tricky. They can double block my Mutant Surveyor, I guess. But I think I'm okay with killing the Hazard of the Dunes if that's the case. I don't really have a whole lot else anyways in my hand. Interesting. I'm just getting in for maximum damage. I don't want to give out the fact that I have Ride's End. So I'd rather get in for... I think every point of damage right now, the race is so close that I think every point of damage is extremely important. That ideal. Just because I'm ahead on the race. And I have 2 Engine Rats with 4 lands in play. And I have a Flyer, like, you know, it's just kind of an annoying spot for them. Just because I have a bunch of these creatures that are kind of difficult to deal with in combat. And if I can find a land off the top, I can just play the Ride's End to kill, like, a pesky blocker, get it out of the way. If they attack me with Hazard of the Dunes, I can obviously just block it. But their 2, 3, and 4 was awesome. We had a decent start as well. Very, very close game. I'm just hoping they play a 2 toughness creature. Just so my Grim Bauble does something. This is where Engine Rat really shines, by the way. So it's got an equip cost of 4. Double strike... Oh, wait, what is this? Double strike trample? Okay. Wait, aren't they just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Oh, I see. This thing costs 4 mana to equip. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 1 damage short. All right, let's get them down to 2. Let's do that. All right. They just don't have enough. Do they? Oh, they did! Could I have killed this thing? No, right? No, it's a vehicle. Oh, wow. That's insane. I forgot about crewing rover blades with a pump spell. All right, good beats. I guess I could have kept the 1-3 back. If I kept the 1-3 back, they're at 5. And then that thing hits me for 12 minus 3, so I go to 1. I mean, there's like a lot of different combinations of things there. But I wanted to get my opponent down to 2, and I think that was correct. Because if I get my opponent down to 2, I have 2 engine rats in play, and a land off the top also kills my opponent. So basically, the way that I lose in that spot, because they can't just equip their redshift and kill me, is they need to play a haste creature with 5 power or have bestow greatness. Like, even Fane Guardian wouldn't have done it. So, yeah, I'm okay with that. Like, they thought about it a while, so, you know, that is the conclusion that they came to. But I think given that I had 5 lands in play with the engine rat, it feels correct to me to do that. But at the same time, I have to be thinking, it's like, why did they do that? Why did they attack me with Hazard of the Dunes, right? And the reason why I use Ride's End there is I did not want to die to defend the rider. So I used my removal spell on my turn, thinking it's very unlikely for them to be able to kill me there on the crackback. But they had the bestow greatness. I could have kept the Wreckage Wicker Folk back. If I were to keep one thing back, that would have been the one. Oh well. Anyways, I can think about that game for a long, long time. Had I taken maybe a little bit more time, I might have been able to come to the proper line, which is maybe keep back the Wreckage Wicker Folk. Then my opponent goes down to 3 life. They attack me. They activate, attack me. I block. Maybe they don't use Bestow Greatness. But then I just attack them back, probably for lethal. I'm not sure. Anyways, it's a really close game. But you know what? Still pretty happy. A little disappointed that I'm not getting the trophy here. But honestly, with this combination of cards, my deck wasn't busted by any means. It was just a normal black-white deck with like a decent curve, with some interaction. And being able to get 6 wins with this deck is something that I'm reasonably happy with. I think I could have gotten a trophy with it as well if I played a little bit better. But I think this was the seat that we were in. We read the draft pretty well. I mean, think about it. Considering the fact that we started this draft with like a black card. We started the draft with Run Over, then Back on Track. And then we took some black cards. Then we took Gastel Thrill Seeker. And then we took some white cards late. And then kind of found the right pivot to go with the black cards that we had. And I'm reasonably happy with the end result because we just didn't see a whole lot of red. We didn't see a ton of green outside of the stuff that we saw in Pack 2. So all in all, I think we did a good job of reading the draft, did a pretty good job of playing the games overall outside of that last game where I probably should have deciphered the fact that they probably were looking to go for an instant kill on the following turn based on that really aggressive Hazard of the Dunes attack. And that is my bad. And I will make those adjustments for future videos. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Also, check out TCGplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need some singles to round out your constructed decks or you just wanted to buy some booster boxes, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before you make any purchases. Last but not least, go to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top of the line deck boxes, playmat, sleeves, life pads, and dice boxes and more, heavyplay.com is the place to go. heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.